In today's video, we're talking about police officers who tried to impose their authority only to be owned by highly intelligent people. So let's go. The cops approached a guy who was walking down the street filming things, claiming that he was not allowed to do so and did not have permission to film. Although the man nicely explained that he, as a citizen, has the right to be wherever he wants and to record everything he sees with his eyes. The police completely ignored this and asked the man for his ID. Of course, the man didn't give them it because why would he? He didn't break any laws. He doesn't have to identify himself. The policeman then attacked the man again, saying that he's not allowed to film because he doesn't have permission to film, and asked him for the reason for filming. The man told him that he doesn't have to tell him the reason for random recordings. It's enough that he likes something and wants to film simply. That's none of this policeman's business. However, the policeman claimed that he has the right to know who is filming something in public.
You tell me, we have a chat.
No, yeah, we can have a chat here, can't we?
Yeah, we can.
Alright, cool. So all I've done today is make some video footage, and I've stuck to everywhere that I'm allowed, apart from apparently Amazon, where I wasn't allowed to step on their site.
Who's allowed you permission on the site?
No one's allowed me permission. This is all public, bro. Don't treat me like I'm silly. Yeah, I do this a lot.
You just said.
Again, identify for me as well, please.
Identify
Before you do,
myself,
you
it's on
do.
my collar.
Okay, what's yours as well, please?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Have you told me that your body-worn camera's on? No, you haven't. That's part of your policy. You can clearly see that I'm filming, bro.
Okay, and you can clearly see that that's...
No, I can now.
I don't have to notify you.
You do. It's part of your policy.
No, it's not.
It's part of your policy. This has been proven before that it's part of your policy.
Stop. You just stated that you have
Stop.
been allowed... No,
I don't have to
me.
stop.
I'm trying to ascertain
I
what's
don't
happening.
have to. Listen, bro. I don't want to interrupt you, but to be honest, I don't want to speak to you. Yeah, I'm going about doing my civil right. I'm allowed to go around and film in public areas.
Allowed. Who has allowed you?
My rights as a human being in this country.
And they have a right to know who is filming or taking photographic
No, they don't.
images of the building.
No,
Yes,
they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Oh my God! Please, mate. Please don't. Don't do this. Don't do this to yourself. I'm literally just on my way to taking someone to professional standards for exactly the same thing. Okay. Trying to trump up charges that aren't there. Yeah, which is no. Listen, no. I'm not saying that you are. You're trying to tell me though.
You're not telling me what has happened. You're just saying you're doing your civil right. Doing what? Taking images.
Filming the building. The building. Amazon. Look at this place. It's huge.
I know it's huge, but why? What's the reason why?
Because I like to. I don't have to tell you.
As the cop kept insisting and demanding that the man show ID, the guy politely warned him that he was making a mistake and once again reminded him that he was recording the whole time. And the footage would show just how wrong this officer was.
But I know, but I'm going to stick to it. I don't have to tell you that. And that's, you can say that being as awkward. You don't have to ascertain anything until I've committed the broken... Have I committed an illegal offence?
Well, as far as what we've heard on the call is that there's been swearing and shouting, so I need to know who that's been coming from.
Those down there, and the video's got it to prove it.
Right, and can you show me that?
Yes, I can.
Because if you're involved in that and you've been shouting and swearing, that is an offence. That is something I need to ascertain what has happened.
Of course. Hey, you know this camera? You see this camera? It's an independent witness.
Yeah,
so that's another reason I can film, because when stuff like this happens, yeah, when people try and say stuff happened that didn't happen, we can now go back to this footage.
So here's the thing.
But the cop kept coming up with new reasons why the man should identify himself. He even brought up some yelling and cursing, trying to accuse the man of something else, as if the man hadn't just told him 5 freaking seconds ago that he had everything on tape and could prove anything.
Right,
so we
okay.
need to ascertain what that's in relation to. So if people, that's called public order. That is an offence, yeah?
Okay.
And I'm here to try and ascertain what has happened.
Okay.
You're not being very forthright with me, and I understand why, because
I don't have to. Because I don't have to.
Yeah, but I have to ascertain what's happened.
Yeah, but I don't have to still tell you, bro. This is what I'm like, until I commit an offence.
Okay.
Yeah? And you're saying a public order offence, yeah?
An offence has been committed.
Now the officer came up with a new charge. He claimed that someone complained about the man filming, not only because he was filming, but allegedly that person called this policeman on the phone and someone was heard yelling and cursing in the background. The policeman insisted that it was this man. However, the man remained calm. It was evident that he knew his rights. It's puzzling why these police officers, who swear to uphold the law, sometimes seem to make up their own laws. This policeman tried, but what he didn't realize was that he targeted the wrong person. Now the officer demanded that the man show him the entire video to prove he wasn't the one screaming on the street.
Where is the person that feels harassed, alarmed and distressed? Where are they? Who are they? You have to have a complainant. Where's the
Have to be.
complainant?
No, it doesn't.
Where's the complainant?
No, it has to be an assumed person. A person of
so
reasonable firmness. You think you know your legislation, but if you do, then
That's
let me
all you
explain it
guys
to
want to deal with is legislation.
Let
What
me
about
explain
what
to
you?
you.
What about what you swore to when you took up your job? Wasn't that under common law? Most of that's under common law, isn't
that
it?
wasn't under common law.
Right. My granddad, yeah, was a very well-respected
Common law is
inspector
200
in the
years old.
police force, yeah?
Right.
I don't care. You
200
guys
years
still
old. There are
swear
other
by
pieces
it.
of legislation.
I know
We do
that
not swear by common law. There are other pieces of legislation that we swear by.
Okay.
I'm still trying to ascertain what has happened. Now, what I'm saying
And
is
I've told you, what's happened is I've done some filming and they haven't
Right.
liked it.
And I'm telling you, we are aware that a public order incident has taken
No,
place. and
how are you
offence
then?
has
So
been
who was it by?
committed. So I don't know that. I'm trying to ascertain that from yourself. You were reported to be involved. I've come here. I'm trying to ask you what has happened. Now,
So
you're saying
how
you've
do you
been
know that
filmed.
one's taken place? If you don't know who done
We
it,
can hear it on the call.
no, no one at the time. And that you're now
No
lying.
one at the time.
You're lying because I was filming at the time when that call apparently would have come through.
Report it. You've just said on your
No,
camera
yeah,
you've
I've caught that
swearing
I
in the
haven't. No, it would have been them because it hasn't come from me. So if there is swearing on this footage,
Yeah,
it's going to
that's
come
what
from
I'm
them.
saying.
It won't be coming from
Right,
me.
But I don't know that. because
Okay,
you're not showing me
and
anything
even
to the
that,
contrary.
even this footage now, I don't
You are
have
not
to,
showing
but I
me
will.
anything
I
to the
will, just because I
contrary.
can't wait to
are
prove you
not
wrong.
Showing me anything to the contrary.
Okay. Also, I want to know that. Hang on, before I show
So
you
a
anything.
public order offence
Yeah.
has been committed.
Right.
You can hear it on the phone call.
Yeah.
Swearing and stuff is taking place in public.
Yeah.
Now you're saying you can prove that it's not you
Yeah.
because your video.
And if it
footage-
proves that it's them, are you going to go and deal with that?
I'm going to go have a chat with them afterwards.
Straight up, because I'll
But
be
I'm
following
here
you
now.
to make sure that you do follow it up, because I know how this works.
In the end, the man grew tired of the futile conversation with the policeman who seemed clueless about his job and asked if he was being detained or if he could leave. The officer didn't provide a clear answer, he just insisted on the man identifying himself. Well, it was clear to everyone that it wasn't necessary. Besides, the officer admitted the man was not being detained, so there was no wrongdoing and hence no obligation for the man to identify himself.
But if it comes back that they're swearing it, you won't deal with that. I ain't stupid. This happened to me the other day. This happened to me the other day, bro. Like I say, to be honest, I want to go about my business. Am I detained? Am I detained? Am I
No, I
detained?
just need to know what's happening.
Yeah, and I'm asking, am I detained?
No,
So
I
I'm
need
free
to
to
know
go.
what's happening.
Am I free to go?
Well, I need to confirm your identity. So I've spoken
You don't
to
need
in
to
relation
confirm my identity. I don't have to give it you till till an offence has been committed. I do not have to
An
give it
offence
you.
has been committed?
No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't.
You're telling me
Just
it's
you
committed?
turning up and saying an offence has been committed doesn't
Public
mean
order
one's been
offence
a.
has been committed.
No,
You
it
know it's
hasn't.
been committed, and you've just confirmed it by saying you've got footage of it on your phone.
Oh, wow.
You've literally just confirmed by saying I've got footage of that offence happening, a public order offence.
Okay.
Haven't you? You've just said that.
Okay. I said
So now
actually.
you deny-
what?
you're
What?
denying that
No,
you
no.
said that.
What I
You
actually
don't-
meant.
Now, even though the officer realized his mistake and told the man he could go, that didn't stop him from asking for ID once again. The man deliberately decided to stay and provoke the unprofessional police officer, who clearly didn't know how to do his job properly. The man continued to film the policeman, visibly frustrating him. Despite the officer saying that he was free to go, the man insisted on staying, asserting his freedom. If the policeman didn't like it, he could leave. After all, he was the one who initially harassed the man for simply filming. The man further provoked the visibly annoyed policeman, suggesting that someone like him shouldn't be talking to people because he doesn't respect their rights. When the policeman asked why he was acting this way, he received a blunt response. A person wouldn't be disrespectful to a policeman if he were doing his job according to the rules. In the end, the policeman attempting to exert authority over someone doing nothing wrong was owned by a highly intelligent man who knew his rights.
I don't know. You're not having my details. You're not having them. You're not having them. You might be able to take my mates.
Go over there and speak to them and take their
Don't.
details.
I've just told you I don't want you to.
Alright, fine. Well, on your way then.
If I'm free to go, I'm free to stay. So I won't be going nowhere, sir. So stop, trying to talk
You don't
down
have
to me.
stand here pointing that in my face.
Well,
don't
then
you?
disappear. You're the one that's approached me today, not the other way
also go on your
round.
way, can't you? Why
I don't
ask
have
that with
to.
my colleague?
I don't have to.
but I'm asking you.
It's a public place, and it's up to you to make privacy in a public place. So if you'd like to make privacy, then I suggest you maybe get in your two shiny cars with flashy lights, right, and have a conversation. But I will stay here for as long as I want. Listen, if you were to listen,
Being fair with people. I've been fair with you,
bro, I
that's
don't.
fine.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't. You haven't been fair with me. This video will show that you haven't been fair with me. No, you
I've
haven't.
not been fair with you. I've just asked you nicely to go on your way.
No, on your way. I don't have to go on my way. If I'm free to go, I'm free to stay. Exactly, I will. And you just worry about upholding the law.
Yeah, we'll go have a chat.
Yeah. Right, we'll leave you to it.
Thanks.
Have a good night.
And you. Who shouldn't be talking to people like that regardless? He shouldn't. Exactly, man. Do you know what? Do you know what? I'm going to leave here, me having a little bit more respect for you now.
I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm just trying to.
They were being difficult.
I'm just trying to deal with what's in front of me. And until you tell me what's happening.
It's annoying though, yeah, when you get approached in the way you do, yeah. And I could quite easily have called you, yeah, and gone the whole public up. Come on, mate. You got better. You need these resources are better served elsewhere.
Have I not been fair with you?
I don't think so at the beginning. You still wanted my details, and you still want them now, don't you? Really?
Just to put it on the log to say that this person's involved.
But you're like robots. It's like, I want your name. I want your name. You don't need my name. You don't need them. You may like them, but you don't need them. So just say, I'd like them, but you don't need them. You don't need them. So please don't like them.
This man, determined to assert his rights, continued to film the police car after the policewoman inquired if he needed assistance. When she then asked him to cease filming inside the police car, he questioned why he couldn't film in a public space. It seemed the policewoman lacked clarity on the concept that the police car is part of the public domain, and individuals are constitutionally encouraged to record everything they see. The man clarified that he had the right to film as it was public property, emphasizing his contribution as a taxpayer to its purchase. The officers appeared suspicious, treating the act of a man filming a police car as if he might have nefarious intentions with the footage. In contrast, the male policeman displayed more reason, assuring the man of his right to film inside their vehicle and expressing a desire to ensure everything was okay and they were safe. However, the female officer's failure to respect the man's rights prompted him to remind her that she had sworn an oath to protect citizens' rights, emphasizing the violation of his First Amendment rights through her objection to him filming.
No, I'm okay, thank you. You just told me to stop recording in public? You basically just told me to stop recording in public. Why would you tell me that? Why would you tell me to stop recording in public? What's your name and badge number? Can I have your card? Can I have your card, please? Nice to meet you. I'm Guy. What's your name? The head on? All I heard is mad Spanish. You have a card? Yes, please. Yeah. Why would you tell me to stop recording? What's the problem? Me recording or me being close to the vehicle? Hours, right? Like the people's? Or hours as in the cities, right? That means it's city property, right? I answered that question already. Can I have your card, please? And then you asked me if I needed help, and I asked you a question about the car. You didn't want to answer my question about the car, so obviously you don't want to help me. Do you want to help me, or? I'm just investigating the city property, that's it. It's not strange. No, yeah, I was asking you a question about the car. You didn't want to answer it, huh? Yeah, there's a white box on there. I was wondering if you knew what it was. All police cars have something different. I find them interesting. So I investigate them because it's city property, and the people pay taxes to fund these vehicles. They're public property. I mean, you pay taxes on tax money. So it's a little bit different. But you told me so I can't record in public? So why she told me to stop recording? Yeah. Yeah, all is well. Just yeah, you're safe. I'm not a threat to you. Oh yeah, I'm just recording inside the vehicle. There's no problem, right? But the problem became when she told me to stop recording. That right there, you just open yourself up to a lawsuit. You're not even supposed to tell me to stop recording. Me recording is not supposed to be a problem at all. Do you know why? Do you know why me recording shouldn't be a problem at all? Because you swore to protect my rights. You're here to protect the Constitution. and all of our rights. That's like if I was praying here and you tell me to stop praying. You understand how serious that is? You can't tell me to stop praying, you can't tell me to stop talking, you can't tell me to stop recording, because they're all protected under the First Amendment, and they're protected by YouTube. You know? So you immediately telling me to stop recording is bad. Most officers, or most tyrants that I run into, and I don't think you're tyrants, most tyrants that I run into, they always say, no, you can record all you want, but don't do this and this and this. So they try to make it to where, like, recording is the problem for them, but they know they can't say recording's the problem, you understand? So they don't want to be caught on camera saying, no, stop recording. So they make it into something else. Oh, you're being disorderly or this and that. It's always trying to be something else. So they try to turn photography into a crime, which, because it's a protected activity, it can't be turned into a crime.
The female police officer had already realized she was in deep water, but her ego propelled her forward regardless. When the man reiterated that he had the right to film anything, she attempted a feeble escape, claiming she only objected to him filming inside their cars. However, the man was outside the car, and he had every right to record its interior from that vantage point. Unfazed, he questioned the female officer, whose arrogance had her stumbling over her words about why he wasn't being detained. His point was clear: no crime, no damage to the car, no threats were made. The male policeman, seemingly trying to mitigate his colleague's stance, chimed in, acknowledging that the man could record anything to ensure everything was okay. I can't help but sympathize with this male officer, caught between an honest cop and assisting his colleague out of the predicament she had created.
It's like somebody playing on the sidewalk can't be turned into a crime. You can't say you're loitering, and you can't say that you're being disorderly. You know what I mean? So just some advice to you is just be careful. Be careful telling. I'm just saying, you know, I mean, if you want to open yourself up to a lawsuit, that's fine, because I already got you on camera telling me not to exercise my rights in public. But I'm still exercising my rights. I'm still exercising my rights in public, and you're telling me not to. You understand what she told me to do? I can record whatever I want. You telling me I'm not going to? So what happens if I record inside the vehicle? You don't see how she's talking to me? I'm trying to be polite and cordial this whole time. But am I detained? So why she's telling me? Why are you trying to give me directives? I can record the car all I want. Guy. Yeah. I answered that. Remember, I introduced myself. So you're saying I can't record the car? I can record anywhere. I'm in public. Whatever I can see from public, I can film. I'm not inside your car. I'm outside in the public. I understand. Yeah, people. Right. Yeah, if there's no crimes being committed, that means I'm free. So she's telling me you said you're not gonna record the car. So I'm asking you what happens if I do record the car. No, I'm asking you a question. Okay. You know why I'm not being detained? Because there's no crime. Photography is not a crime, no matter how you feel. So you should get your ego out the way. As long as I'm not damaging the vehicle, I'm not breaking into the vehicle. You don't have to raise your voice at me. No, I understand. Yeah, I understand. I want to say hi to you guys, but you guys seem like you was on your phone, so I said, okay, let me just take pictures. You know, I didn't want to do. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I just don't like the unlawful directives. If I'm not being detained or I'm not arrested, there's no need to try to tell me what to do on my feet.
The female police officer eventually realized she couldn't outsmart the man, so she just listened and nodded. When the man wished them a pleasant shift, she quickly walked away, seemingly eager to put some distance between herself and the situation. At the very least, she now understands the importance of introducing herself when asked for her name and badge number. Meanwhile, the man continued filming inside their car through the windows, expressing satisfaction that they kept the vehicle clean and suggesting that such efforts should be invested in.
It's supposed to be protected by you. You're supposed to protect my rights, sir. I see you're exercising your rights. Just don't damage the vehicle, because then I'd have to arrest you. Don't commit any crimes, or you didn't have to tell me what to do. I know what I'm doing. I needed your car, but you never gave it to me. You did? Short memory. Don't play football. You did give me a card. Thank you. I apologize. No problem. Y'all stay safe out here, right? Just advise her not to say it on camera ever again, because somebody else will sue her. You know what I mean? God bless you. You keep the car clean, that's good. That's one of the things I'm investigating. Take care, God bless you.
This man found himself on the academy grounds when an annoyed policeman approached him, insisting that he had no right to film cars or people entering and exiting the academy. When the policeman asked if he could talk to him, the man replied that he was free to talk, but wouldn't engage in a conversation because he wasn't in the mood. However, the policeman violated the rule requiring the officer to stay at least 6 feet away from an unarmed person. He also told the man filming to step back, as if the guy was the one intruding on personal space. Perhaps the police officer should brush up on the rules of conduct a bit, don't you think? To silence them, the man mentioned that he had some business there at the moment and requested that they leave him alone. This immediately irked the police, and they bombarded him with questions about the nature of his business on state property. They labeled him as suspicious, but the guy just continued filming the cars, paying no attention to the cops. The weirdest part was when one of the policemen told him that they weren't afraid to provide their name and badge number. It was almost like they expected gratitude for doing their duty, framing it as if they were being exceptionally generous.
I'm good. How about you? You can speak. I'm not particularly in the mood to speak back, but
Okay. Well, we're just wondering why you're out here filming cars coming in and out.
I'm wondering why you're so close to me there. You can talk to me from a distance, right?
Yeah, but why would I want to talk to you from a distance when I want to just have a conversation with you?
Well, because you're like maybe 2 feet from me.
Okay.
That's a little close, right?
If it's uncomfortable for you, sir, just step back.
Or I can get closer.
That's fine with
Yeah.
me. I'm
How
not
you doing?
worried about it. Good. I was just wondering what you're doing out here.
Oh, again, you can talk, but I'm not going to have a
Okay.
conversation.
Do you know where you're at? Are you on state property right now? Are you on academy grounds? Is it an off-the-wall question to ask you why you're out here filming people?
I thought I was pretty clear, like I'm not going to speak with you.
No, that's fine. That's your right to not speak. But
Right.
one would think, why would someone be out here filming people coming in and out of the academy? That's all I'm asking.
I get, and you heard I'm not going to speak, right?
Okay.
Okay.
So if you're on academy grounds and you're not here for business, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. Do you hear that? Even though you're not going to speak, you hear me saying that, right?
I'm conducting my business, actually. as
Okay.
we
Well, what
speak.
business are you conducting on state property?
Again, it's not your business.
No. If you're going to conduct business on state property, then we need to know why you're here. We just don't let people come onto state property.
Is it not obvious why I'm here?
No, it's not, because you're not speaking to me. So if you're not here for lawful business, then I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
I told you I'm conducting my business.
No,
What
okay.
was your name and
Well,
badge
then,
number?
it's right there. Dan Locatelli.
And badge number?
16399. It's right there.
Okay. And what's your name and badge number?
Officer Tiffany,
So you're okay asking
I'm
us...
trying to hear a badge number.
Right. It's
Badge
right there
number?
on her chest. But you're okay asking us a bunch
What
of
is it?
questions.
what's the deal? Why we're here?
What's your badge number?
It's right here. 20381.
There you go.
So we're not afraid to give you the information. You're the one that's somewhat suspicious out here. We don't normally get this ever. So do you understand what I'm talking about? You see how this is odd, right? This is different than our normal day-to-day business out here.
What exactly are you, what business are you conducting? Or what are you filming?
But these cops' egos were so inflated that they kept insisting that it was strange for him to be on academy land and that they needed to know why he was there. They acted as if it wasn't public property, behaving as though it were private. The man hadn't crossed any gates or broken through any locked doors. If it's part of the public domain, he has every right to be there. The policeman even offered a silly example of how the man wouldn't be allowed there if it were the policeman's property. Well, obviously, it's not the officer's property, so their examples were just absurd. Moreover, the man politely explained that they held no authority over him, and it's perplexing why these policemen are so keen on forcibly asserting some form of authority. These police officers either lack basic knowledge or struggle to distinguish between public and private property. Differentiating between the two shouldn't be rocket science. The man patiently explained to them that he would agree to everything they said if they had crossed the gate where security is stationed. However, he emphasized that everything before that gate, constituting the border, is public property, whereas beyond it is private property. To add fuel to the fire, the female police officer further escalated by asserting that just because the man is on public property doesn't make him right. Is she not aware that she's infringing upon his constitutional rights, which protects his freedom of movement and speech?
Let me explain to you the way this works. Open to the public means if I can physically come in here without crossing a barrier, fence, gate, door. Where's the barrier? Where's the barrier?
You crossed it.
No,
It's
that's
right
not the
there.
way the
Right
law
where
works.
the line
I'm telling you the way the
That's why
actual
we're telling
law
you.
works. I can walk in here. I could walk in here if I had a question. I could
Actually
if
can't.
I'm a public citizen and I need to ask a question and I want to go talk to the
That's
security
actually
guard,
why that sign
I can
says
go
what it
ask him a
says.
question. Is
You
that
keep
right?
talking, but you're not actually listening.
Because you're interrupting.
That's why that sign
You don't
says it is.
understand. You
No,
don't have
you don't
authority. I don't
understand.
have to listen to
That's
you.
why we
You
are
are
contacting
nobody
you.
for me to listen to.
You actually
Okay?
want to listen to us because
No,
you have
I don't
come on
want to
state
listen to
property
you, which is
and
public
you want to
property.
come talk
Which
to-
is public
Yeah,
property.
so let's talk.
It's
You're on
public
state
property. Public
That is
property.
why we're talking to you.
Public. This is public.
You can say it however you want to say it. You're the one
I'm
that
just
needs
telling
to
you
be
the way it'll
schooled.
work out in court.
Who doesn't know?
You're the
what's
one who
going
doesn't
on.
know the law. What law would I be violating?
Why do you think we're talking to you? right
What
now?
law would I
Just
be
'cause
violating?
You're on state
Well,
property.
What law is that?
You're
Because
not-
this is open to the
So
public.
in your theory, if your driveway, I can go hang out in your driveway.
That's
at your house.
private property. This
But
is
no,
public
no.
property.
If that's my house,
Can you not
this
just?
is my
This is
driveway.
not your house. This
Because
is a
you
public
deemed it-
facility
because
paid
you
for by
deemed
public
this-
money, and I'm not in the closed, restricted areas.
gonna
I'm
have to ask you to
outside
go
near
either
the
go
street.
Stand on the sidewalk or outside of this area.
Let me
Academy
put it
grounds-
to you like this: if I was driving, right, and I turned in here, and I said, "Oh shoot, there's a gate here. I don't want to be here," and I turned around right here. Could I do that?
100%.
That
You can
means
turn around and
now
leave.
let me explain something to you. According to the Supreme Court, that means
What are
open
you referencing in the Supreme
open
Court?
to the public. Look it up, sir. It's not my job
Well,
to
if you're gonna
educate you.
reference it- No, it is.
It's not my
I
job to
don't know what you're
educate
talking
you.
about.
You
You're
should, because
educated.
you're a police officer,
I
right?
think you need to be
So-
educated at.
Yeah.
But please explain it
Just
to me.
because you deem this public property
Look at this.
doesn't make you correct, but that's okay.
Okay,
That's
just
why we're
because you
talking.
deem that it's not
That's-
public
that's why
property,
we're talking.
I didn't. I said this is open to the public.
You're not the first
Open
person
to the
who
public.
has come here that is filming.
I
So
thought
you're
this
not-
never
you're
happens.
Not doing anything.
He said this
out of the
never
ordinary.
happens.
You're not doing anything.
So why are you speaking
that's
to me?
Never been,
Then why are you
but
speaking
you're
to
not allowed
me?
to be here.
I can be here.
No.
Yeah, I have a legitimate reason to be
my
here.
line starts right out here.
Actually.
I'm not misinformed. This is not
Property
a
line
secure
starts right out here,
area.
sir.
Behind that gate is a secure
Property
area.
line starts right here.
Right,
That's
and
what
the
state
area
property
that's
is.
open to the public is still here. This is open. This is closed.
You're still
I agree. If I was
missing
beyond that gate and you guys said, "Hey, you got to get past that gate," I agree. That's closed because there's a gate there.
You don't understand.
The way
how
the
it
be
works.
quiet. Damn, you talk too much. Fuck.
As
Listen,
someone that keeps
the way
talking.
that the Supreme Court works is if I can physically access this without crossing a barrier, fence, gate, door, security guard, whatever, then that means open to the public. And the First Amendment applies here. This is a constitutionally protected activity.
Then a third policeman jumped in, attempting to school the man that he could do whatever he pleased until he passed through the gate. Well, isn't that exactly what the man had been saying all along? The man with the camera had clearly reached his limit and had no interest in listening to them anymore. He firmly stated that he didn't want anything more from them and that they shouldn't try to impose their opinions because they're there to serve the people. The policeman managed to flip the phone over, seemingly to provide information. However, the man was already well informed he didn't need their assistance. As it turned out, the man was a journalist, and the only sensible officer was another female police officer who arrived at the end. She informed the man that he was free to do as he pleased. He thanked her for her professionalism and suggested that she educate her colleagues, especially that other female officer. He even promised to send her this video via email so she could see for herself when she talks about her colleagues needing to be fired.
For sure, beyond the gates is secure. I agree with you.
So if you're going to hang out here and do whatever you're doing, as long as you stay out of traffic and don't.
I don't need directives. I know. I'm a grown man. I'm a grown man.
Just let
I'm
him
a grown.
finish.
I could be her
Would you
father.
just let him
I'm a grown
finish?
man.
So as long
I don't need to let him finish. I don't want to hear it.
Well,
Directives.
so
I don't
we have
need
to listen to
directives.
you, but
The
you don't
bottom
have to
line-
listen to him.
Exactly. You're
Just
a
let
public
him-
servant. You're a public servant. Yes.
Well, then he's trying to
Yes.
serve you with information.
I don't
so
need
we
the
can move on
information.
with
I
our
don't need
day.
directives.
here's
So
what-
the bottom line is I can be here, correct?
So this is what I'm going to
Okay.
tell you right now. We're going to go back inside our facility. As
And
long
you
as
should.
do not cross that fence line.
Same thing I've been saying the whole time. I don't need directives. I don't need directives about traffic. No. How about that? No, sir. I do not have to let him finish. I don't need directives. I've been arguing for 20 minutes. Let me see. 33 minutes with your staff here about whether I could film here or not. Well, apparently I know, and they do not. Please, exactly, please educate, especially her, because you had your other officer. Now that I have a lieutenant that's being cordial, I can do the same. You had this other officer who's getting within 2, and I won't do it to you, but getting within 2 feet from me. They're yelling, they're interrupting, giving me directives that you guys don't have authority to give me. So I understand very well that I can be here, okay? I'm a journalist, that's what I do for a living, and that's right, baby! See? I'm going on. So educate them, okay? Because they don't know this. And when you see the video, you'll understand why I'm saying that. The way they acted was not professional. It was disrespectful, yelling, giving orders, speaking too much. Yes, it'll be there unedited. There'll be boring parts with no talking edited. Other than that, it won't be edited. So you guys will see it. Trust me. You have a card? I'll email it to you.
I don't have a card. I have.
Tell me your email and I'll email it to you.
S. Pacheco.
Very happy to see that she didn't just recognize